Yo, y'all know the vibes, y'all know what's going on. It's your boy Rastic, I'm here, man. This right here is a new series I got going, man, the J Rastic Podcast. This is a dimension of that. But for those of you that see like I'm doing something different right now, I just want to welcome to the show. Welcome my man Dive Deep.
Man, what's up, man? How you doing?
Already, man. Appreciate you for coming on. So I guess this is a monumental situation.
Yeah.
Because this is like the new situation I got going. And you came as my first honorary guest. So salute and kudos to that.
Thanks, man. You know, I'm not interviewing with nobody else in the city besides you, so.
Type time. I appreciate that too. Like, cause I ain't gonna hold you. I see you going somewhere with the music. It's a void in the city musically, and I feel like you and a few others, cause I'm always in tune with what's going on with the music scene, cause that's where I came from. Yeah. So I see you and a few others that's kind of working to build that void. I mean, to fill that void.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to anybody in the city right now that's doing their thing, and that's trying to solidify their staple in the grounds of the city, man, because I see y'all. Salute to y'all. Y'all not going unnoticed either. Just keep working and just keep working at it, bro. But yeah, man, like I said, man, this is a monumental situation. I appreciate you for coming on, man. My man Dive Deep. Oh, yeah. Follow me real quick on all social media at The Real Rastic, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, all of that. At The Real Rastic. It'll probably be down on the bottom of the screen, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if they want to real quick, let the people know like who you are, why are you even here, sitting in my chair, you know what I'm saying? So let the people know like who you are and like what it is that you do.
Yeah, so my name is Dive Deep, and why am I here is because I want to blow. Like, my goal is to be on a billboard. I want to be one of the biggest artists to ever be named. So that's why I'm here right now. And I'm just here to start off with my city and make sure I show the love and appreciation, because there's nothing better than home, you know? And then make my way out to the world. So today, you know, I'm here to make a statement.
Absolutely. I could dig that, bro. Hey, well, you gonna make a statement. We're gonna splash on the scene with this one. You know what I mean? You came on the Streets T podcast. So shout out to the Streets T podcast. That's another thing we got going on. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kiki. Shout out to Journey. Shout out to Keys. You came on the Streets T, and we kind of talked about what you had going on over there at that time. That was a little bit ago, like a couple months?
Yeah, probably like January, February.
So what's the scope now? Like, what's the scope of where you're at now versus where you were in January?
See, in January, I was barely, you know, I just got on Bond, wasn't really motivated, you know, wasn't dropping, but I still know what I wanted to do. Yeah. So far, I didn't came up and I didn't build a nice support system. I don't even want to call y'all fans right now because I'm not that big. Y'all supporting me, y'all showing me the love that I need, and I appreciate that, and that's why I'm going. So I ended up building a nice little system, throwing shows, selling out shows, selling out venues. So in just 6 months, I would say that like I came a very, very long way. Just put it in time. That's all it is. That's the most
facts. I've been seeing a video circulating. You did a show at the Basement Transmission, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you just did another show too at
that's place been called Club Magic, Resilient, Ticket,
Was it Reflections now, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think that's so. You put in the work, and I give you that. You put in the work. You grinding. I love to see that. I love to see the energy. To anybody out there that's want to create some type of energy, a splash or whatever on the scene, my advice to you is to just get in wherever you can and just do as many shows as you can, record with as many artists, collab, do all types of things that y'all need to do to build that energy, that ball of energy that's gonna follow you. Because personally, I know that you do what you do, but if I didn't know you, you would have hit my radar because I've been seeing you do different things. I would have been tweaked like, yo, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? So definitely salute to that. The basement transmission, John. What was the energy like? Like for that? Because I see the videos, I see the crowd surfing, I see you almost fall because they carrying you through the air. Like, what was that like?
That was, for my first show ever in the city, that was one of the best shows I think I had in my whole entire life because it's just like, it felt like a house party. It felt like I was in my home performing for people. They knew all my words. They were singing it word for word. I'm jumping in the crowd. They catching me, throwing me in the air, catching me. It was
no
like,
fact.
Yeah, it was like.
That joint, I was there. That joint was, the atmosphere was crazy. That's why I asked you your personal opinion of the energy, because you actually up there, you feeling the energy from the crowd, you feeling the energy from your crew and just the people. What emotions ran through you on that night with all of that going on? Like,
the biggest thing is, it was my first time I ever could say I felt completely at peace. I felt like there's nothing in life I want to do besides music. Like, it was like the feeling, it was like the best feelings in the world. Like, my favorite things that I do besides music had nothing on that night. Had nothing on hearing people screaming my name out loud, catching my hats, asking me to take pictures after. It was like, that was the first time in my whole life I felt like, I'm home. This is it. Like, I gotta do more. I gotta go hard. That day is the day that changed my life.
Yeah, I could salute to that then. The atmosphere was crazy, man. Like, I enjoyed that show. I definitely, shout out to the Basement Transmission as well. You know what I'm saying? We haven't been doing a lot of shows at the Basement Transmission recently, but they're starting back to doing shows, so I could salute to that, definitely.
They need to book us again, man.
Absolutely. Plug. Need to book my mans in them again. Like,
I want to have a concert now. I've had shows and I want to have a concert now. Like, I'm ready.
Okay, so as a child, right?
Yeah.
I heard you used to dance.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? How did you digest music as a child? And basically take us through that. Take us through you being a child in your household or whatever. How did you digest music?
I would say that two things. It's like I digested music as I feel like not a normal person would. I feel like music was always like a therapy. Like, it was like my weed, as a sense, or it was like I listen to music and I'd be like, man, I can't wait till I'm able to learn how to do this, or I want to sing, or I want to dance, I want to be like Michael. Like, my biggest thing coming up was Michael Jackson, One Republic. It was just like that energy and that feel just brought something that, like, I don't know, peace. That's how I like digested music. It was always like a therapy to me.
Yeah, I hear a lot, especially the greater artists. I've had so many conversations with artists, right? Like, brilliant minds. And the best of them say that. The best of them say music is like, they love it, but it's also therapeutic. Like, when they going through whatever they're going through, or if they have to cope with certain parts of life or trauma or whatever, the music is like therapeutic to where it helped them get through. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So all the great minds, so I can appreciate you saying that, because that means you're on your way to being a great mind in this music game too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Up there with the best of them. Like, you know what I mean? The Quincy Joneses and the Michael Jacksons and all of that type of, because the greater minds always say music is therapeutic for them. So I can appreciate that. Also, like, I heard you used to dance and stuff like that at the crib.
Yeah, what? I used to dance, perform, write. It was like...
What was that like? Like, you used to just be in the living room and be like...
I used to be in the living room.
Hey, come here.
Yeah, I used to just, I don't know, I always had rhythm. So it was like, I just knew beats. Like, I have a thing where to this day I can counter BPM in my head. I don't know, it's just like or something. Parents used to be like, "Hey, yo, come to the living room, dance for me." My mom used to wake me up 4 o'clock in the morning, drunk. "Hey, Marty, record me a video dancing." So it's just like, or she would be like, "You dance," or make me dance for the family. I go to my dad's side of the family. They over there making me dance. I want to say dancing came from like Michael Jackson for real. It was just like, I just used to watch him practice.
So the Basement Transmission Zone wasn't your first show for real?
Oh no, nowhere close.
It was just your first like professional show.
It was I wouldn't even say professional show.
Yeah? Oh, no. It wasn't?
No, nowhere close.
What was your first show?
New York City.
New York City.
Yeah.
Tell us about New York City, because I hear you was doing things in New York City, a lot of good. I didn't know this about you neither, too. That the crazy part is, I used to kick it and be talking to you and be like, and I didn't know some of the things I found out recently. But yeah, take us through New York City.
So basically, he's my dad. I'm gonna just say that. I'm not gonna. He used to date my mom back in the day. He moved out to New York and he had a lot of connections. So once I started like making music, he introduced me to like his whole entire scene, which was Piff, Davies, and his whole entire crew. So they heard my song, they liked me and said, you want to have your first show? And I'm like, yeah. So I came to a showcase. They absolutely loved my showcase. Then they brought me to another show and another show, and it was just like I was out there a lot.
Type time. No, that's what's up, man. Definitely. Like, what's Davies like? Because I know you met him in person, right?
It's like quickly.
Yeah. He's just what he like? He just chill, just cool, laid back.
I'm a rapper,
Said I'm a rapper. Yeah. Well, next. No, I feel you though. I feel you.
Yeah, just like it was like on some like I never been like a groupie or not. So
no,
I never been like, yo, Dave. I just see him and just be like, oh shit,
that's what's up. Absolutely. Yeah, like that's kind of how I was when I first met like people. I was out in Cleveland. And I met like Jim Jones and Young Jock and all that. And this was when they were like at their heights. Yeah. And I was kind of the same way, like, I'm not finna be like I'm here with them too. Like I'm performing too. So you know what I mean? So I get it. I definitely can get that and appreciate that too. You know what I'm saying? Because when you a rapper, you just that competitive spirit of I'm a rapper. Like
I'm gonna be there one day.
Yeah, I'm gonna
that's
be there,
how I feel. Cause I hate to like go up to somebody and they just be like, who is you? Like I'm gonna be like, oh man, damn. Like so I just save myself that feeling. Cause maybe one day my name buzzing, he might be like,
Right.
But yeah, I talked to him like other than that, like outside of this stuff. But like my first time meeting him, I just was like.
It was like, oh, okay.
I
rap.
Like, I'm finna show him what I made of. Like, everybody in here finna feel me. And that's how it was. Facts. And I was so nervous.
Facts. Dive deep. Why dive deep?
Everything I do, since I was little, I don't ever be like, hey, let me take a half step. Or if I want to learn something, I'm gonna sit there and go deep. If I do anything, it's deep. I'm not about to sit there and half-ass anything in life. That's why I know a lot of stuff, because I sit there and dive deep into everything that I do.
So that's the reason why you chose Dive Deep. And I like that name, though. I like that name. Now, for the people that didn't know why, they'll know why. And it'll probably be that much more dope to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense to me, though. You dive deep in everything that you be on.
Yeah, I'm not a half-stepper. I'm a stomper.
Okay, so speaking of dive deep, right, have you had any type of trauma, which we all have had trauma, so I would assume you were gonna say yes. So my question was, have you had any trauma that you had to dive deep into yourself to resolve? And how did you feel when you were dealing with that trauma?
I'm gonna say this. I have an awfully lot. Some things I'm still fighting to this day, but things that I'm working on and things that I did tackle, how it felt during the moment, horrible. Like, I don't know, it's like a feeling that's like when you just sober, no drink, no alcohol, no. That's because when I do things,
Yeah.
I want to be deep. I'm not about to sit there and be like, okay, I'm feeling something. Let me take this bottle.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna be like, I'm feeling
You
something.
want to be in your own emotions. Your
I
own
want to sit
feelings.
there. I want that to rot in me until that
Yeah.
joint hurt, till it don't hurt no more. Like I want to ask myself questions like, why does hurt? Like, why am I? Like, why can't I get over this? Like, why is this hurting so bad? What do I need to do? How do I fix this? I'll make sure I don't go through this again. And if it's something I can control, then what can I learn from this? How can I make sure I don't put myself in that position to feel that way again? And that's a lot of blame and self-accountability that, I feel like hurt a lot.
Yeah,
and
you gotta sit in it. You gotta feel it. You gotta process it.
And that's how I made my best music ever. Ever.
Absolutely.
Like my biggest songs came from me sitting in there just writing, throwing away, writing, throwing away. Probably got like 10 versions to one song and I'm just like, okay, this is the best. Or like music, like how I got through it was music, and another way I got through it was just meditation for real.
Yeah.
I really value the 7 laws of the universe. You are what you tell yourself you are. You believe who you are.
Absolutely. I didn't think. Dive deep. It makes sense, bro. It makes sense. Cause a lot of people, especially like the younger generation, don't really. They're becoming more in touch with, you know what I mean, energies and vibrations and stuff like that. So I can appreciate that. But yeah, absolutely. So you just dropped a mixtape.
Yeah.
What was that like? Like, what was the process of that? Cause the name of this mix, you really do be diving deep though. Cause the name of this mixtape made me say, "Damn, why ain't name it that?" But it made me be like, I wanna listen to it.
Yeah.
What was that like? Matter of fact, tell him the name.
It's Dive Deep, Mentally Unstable.
Mentally unstable. I was like, damn. Yo, that's dope, but deep at the same time. You know what I mean? Like mentally unstable. So why did you call it Mentally Unstable? And then take us like mentally where you was at while creating it, and then I build on that.
Mentally, I would have to tackle the first that I had lost one of my closest friends. One of my we grew up together since we were like 5.
Yeah.
So that death really hurted me. It was 2 days after that interview too, which was crazy.
Yeah.
So me going through that, I try to cope with it the non-natural way. Girls get the flooding your inbox, are you okay, and them falling for somebody. And while falling for somebody, she ended up breaking my heart.
Yeah.
And so I was just all over the place. I couldn't find myself. I was disappointed in myself because I let myself, knowing that I was hurt, trying to love with
Yeah, you was vulnerable.
I was vulnerable, very. So I was just all over the place. And then from step 1 into the end was my writing process, my daily life, my anger when I was getting drunk trying to solve it, which wasn't the good answer. But I made a song about that. It's my highs and lows of going through somebody who's, I have mental health issues that's like really serious. So it's the highs and lows of just my daily life of going through a mentally unstable moment that nobody would be stable in.
Yeah.
Of losing a friend, having a heartbreak, just having to motivate yourself in order to start doing the things you love again, because that depression really do hit.
It do set in, yeah, absolutely. Because I did a few episodes and lives about like depression and like mental stability. Like that mentally unstable, bro. That is fire. And knowing that you really came from a place of being mentally unstable at a point in your life, like dealing with traumatic events, dealing with the trauma, losing a good friend, a best friend, you know what I mean? Dealing with the trauma of a breakup. Sometimes breakups, sometimes people don't make it back from them.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I could definitely appreciate the fact that you're diving deep into the, no pun intended, but the fact that you're diving deep into the whole idea of mental instability and that's not a popular topic to really touch on. Yeah. So the fact that you got to even the courage to touch on that in your music, yeah, I could commend you on that. I respect you for that. Like,
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that if you listen to it, man, I didn't leave nothing out. I didn't leave a single feeling. Like me, one thing I don't do, I've never been the type to go in a booth and be like, let me rap about a life I don't live. Let me be this person out now. Let me put on this image of the toughest guy in the world. Like,
right.
Let me be the flyest dude. And nah, I'm coming to you with how I feel mentally and physically, and just hoping y'all relate to it.
Right.
And yeah, I was fucked up.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you even coming and being open about this with the audience, and because some people guard these types of, you know what I mean? Some people, especially men nowadays, but I want to commend the men of today, like the young men of today, like the kids that's coming up. Y'all touching on more mental issues that men of yesterday was afraid to touch on, like, cause you had to have this persona of being tough. So we never really like opened up about our emotions or anything like that. Your other album that you did before the mixtape, matter of fact, your first album, The Comeback, right?
Yeah.
Take us through the comeback and like creating that. Like, what was that? What was the purpose behind making The Comeback?
It was actually my first return. I made music probably like 3-4 years before that, but I let people get in my head. You know, people was telling me like, oh, you suck. Why you keep rapping? People laughing at me and stuff like that.
Right.
So it got in my head and I quit. So the comeback was just as of like, I'm here and I'm not gonna say anything, like nobody can say nothing to bring me down. So that was like my first mixtape. I just had got out of jail from, they saying I shot my sister, which I ain't cleared the air. Never did.
Never did.
So yeah, it was my first mixtape of me taking music seriously, and it got me noticed for real.
Okay, cool. So on with the labels. Like, I hear some things about the labels. Matter of fact, we had come back to that. I'm gonna have you come back on the show. We're gonna get into all of that, and we're gonna make this like a continual thing. Cause I'm gonna try to make sure we propel you into that stratosphere that the labels and everybody else is gonna want to look at you. Cause you gotta lock down home base first. You know what I'm saying? So once the labels look at home base, they're gonna look like, oh man, he doing the interviews, he doing the podcast, he doing shows, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be lit. So yeah, we're gonna have you come back. We're gonna probably even do a part 2 of that. But until we do that, let the people at home know, like, if they wanna work with you, how they can get in touch with you and try to do a collab or whatever, things like that. Don't you do beats too?
Yeah. Barely.
Okay, because I was gonna say, did you want to, like, you know what I mean? But I know you kind of don't really.
I don't want to be known as
a producer.
Yeah, I don't want to be known as a producer.
Yeah.
So right now, if you want to, any artist from the city of Erie, PA, until September, I was gonna say September, hit me up. Features is free. Studio session on me. If you're coming up, you need a little boost or you need some help, because you know, when I was coming up, I wish the artists that I looked up to did that to me. So if you a supporter of mine, or if you fuck with my music and you like my music, Instagram is dive_814, Snapchat is divedeep814, Facebook is Amari Boykin. Text me. I do music videos, I do editing, I do cover art, I do the engineering. If I'm barely, I might look out and do a producer. Depends on how much, you know. I might produce a track one day, but yeah, just hit me and we can work. And that's any artist, free, just let me know.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate what you do for the music scene right now. I'm looking for other people that's doing their thing on the scene as well. This ain't just a music thing either. Like if you own a business or if you give it back to the community or you just got a deep story that you want to touch on the J Rastic podcast, y'all can come on as well and we can get your story out here. We could just touch on topics, talk to each other, or we can dive deep into a topic. You feel what I'm saying? So
I got one more thing to say.
yeah,
too.
at the end of the day, man, yeah, I appreciate you coming, man, rocking with me, man. You got anything else you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Yeah, make sure, depends on when this drop. There's a show at the Reflections gonna be every week. I'm throwing a showcase for artists coming up. If you need any first time performances and stuff like that, make sure you text me and I'll put you on a slot. And then next, I want to shout out Sean Dominus. He's around the studio, not in here right now as we speak, but he's definitely gonna be on here next. So y'all stay tuned and y'all show love to him.
Oh yeah, shout out to Sean, man. He back there, man. Salute, man. Appreciate you coming through also, man, rocking with us and things like that, man. Yeah, man, y'all know the vibes. Y'all know what the heck going on, man. Team Rastic, we win in the division. Without you guys, there's no me. So you guys are the real VP. I love y'all, and we out of here. Bang 'em.